Hi soap lovers, welcome back. I have here the raw African black soap. As I showed you previously, just a sneak peek in the previous video, here is the full thing. So let me move this back. This is the raw African black soap. I have here 3 different brands. So I'll just go through these for you and open them up. And I'll cut them in a bit and I will show you. So this one is from Sky Organics. I will show you the package in a moment. This is 1 pound of the raw African black soap, 16 ounces. It's solid, but it's a bit soft at the same time. This is harder than the Sky Organics. Here is the packaging that it comes in. Show you the back, and you can actually see it. And here's a list of the ingredients, real quick. Product of Ghana. This is $28 Canadian. So this 1 pound is $28 from Sky Organics, and it comes in a block like this. The next brand is the Incredible by Nature. It comes just like this alone. Here is a close-up of the front. This is an all organic, all raw. This is one of the highest qualities of the African black soaps, the raw versions. Also one of the most expensive here in Canada too. This is $44 Canadian. Also 1 pound, and it is a solid 16 ounces. And also all the prices for these African black soaps are Canadian because they are all purchased on Amazon. So I wasn't able to actually look up the US price, but you can just do the conversion, $44 Canadian. This is more solid than the Sky Organics. They do look similar, but actually the Incredible by Nature is a bit darker than the Sky Organics. And you can see, this is one of a big piece of a rock particle right there. And lastly, this is from a Canadian brand, and their name is Amson Naturals. They already come pre-cut for you in the bar form. So for those of you that would like to use the bar or the soap in a bar form, they already come cut for you. And these are $12 for the 2-pack. $12 Canadian, and they have a 4-pack, so it will come 4 bars for $19. And that's it. This is from Amson Naturals. I'll show you the package for that. Here's the package for Amson Naturals. Now, the bars that I'm showing you, these African black soaps, these are very popular. These are probably the top 3 popular raw African black soaps that there is. On the back, it is English and French. Ingredients. They even have a caution because there is a caution for raw African black soap. So this is the Amson Naturals. Now, raw African black soap is a natural exfoliator and it provides a very deep cleanse. It should improve your overall skin appearance and just like the way that it feels, its softness and its smoothness, and it's going to even out your skin tone. It does not lighten or brighten. There's a difference between like bleaching and lightening and brightening or evening out your skin tone. It helps to clear acne, razor bumps, inflammation, scars, dark spots, hyperpigmentation, soothe eczema. And you can even use this as a shampoo bar. So an easier size would be this one to use as a shampoo bar to remove like the buildup and promote hair growth. So raw African black soap has a lot of benefits, guys. Also, I did want to mention that raw African black soap, as you can see, it has minimal ingredients. And that's with all of them. So you won't find the same ingredients listed as for a regular bar of soap because this is natural. So at the same time, like the raw African black soap should only include, basically you're gonna see the same ingredients. One or two will be off, but they mostly include cocoa pods, and those are roasted, and that's what gives you this dark color for African black soap. So you should also, in there is also coconut oil, shea butter, palm oil, palm leaves, plantain skin ash. You have pure vitamin E and natural sodium plus water. And then that's about it. That's what makes up these soaps. Okay, there's different types of African black soaps. There's also some for dry skin, bleaching, skin lightening. They have a raw African black paste. And also, these are from Ghana. So they have raw African black soaps from Ghana and raw African black soaps from Nigeria too. They even have one that is white in color, but that's still called an African black soap. So again, these are West African though. So made in Ghana. These are not the Nigerian ones. These are the Ghana. And again, see the ingredients. It's very minimal. They all contain basically the same thing, except for Amson Natural, they added moringa oil, but still minimal. Coconut butter, cocoa potash, coconut oil, palm kernel oil, plantain skin ash, and the moringa oil. And that is it. Also to note, there's no fragrances, no essential oils. The scent is just a nice, soft, natural scent of soap, African black soap. How I use these is actually I don't use the full size like this, and I don't use the full size like this either. I always cut them in half. So I'll cut it in half here, not on the glass. Let me just take this up. Cut it to show you guys. Okay, so when cutting African black soap too, it shouldn't be a mess. It should be really easy, just like that. If you're cutting it and it crumbles and falls apart, that means it was not made right. It was not molded together properly, and it was not made right. It's not a good batch if you have a soap that when you cut it, it crumbles. So I'll cut this big one to show you guys. Hopefully it's on camera. So you see, as I go down and I cut it, it doesn't fall apart. So if you get a raw African black soap, again, and you cut it and it crumbles and it's falling all over the place, it's not made properly. Now, a light piece will fall off like that, but I'm talking like crumble. So what I do is I always cut them in big chunks. And then I'll wrap them, rewrap it each individually. And then I use this as the face wash. So it's all personal preference on how you like to use your African black soap. And again, you can also see a difference in the color. Maybe it's not showing up on the camera, but some are darker than the other. And this is the brand. So what I'm cutting up here, these bigger ones are the Sky Organics. These are Amson Naturals. And this is the Incredible by Nature, but I haven't cut that yet. So that's a good size. And this is also so soft. Like, I'll show you in water in a second. It's soft. So like when you're using it in the water, you can even mold it, maybe even into a ball. So these ones I know are moldable, if that makes, remoldable. Because they're soft, and when you're using it in water, it will be softer. And yeah, so I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Okay, soap lovers, so here are two of the soaps. I molded one into a round ball, and here's one of the cut pieces. I'll just lay it down. So to mold it, if your black soap is soft already, all you have to do is you just keep wetting it, and like, you turn it, you shape it into a ball like that. And it becomes easier to lather in your hands, just like this. So the lather is a real simple lather. It's not gonna lather up to this big foamy thing. Like as you see it in my hand, that's as much as you're gonna get. And it cleanses really well. You will get that squeaky clean feeling. And it is drying, but again, that's what it's supposed to do. So you're not gonna get that squeaky clean feeling like you would with a normal soap with all the chemicals and everything in there. It's a different squeaky clean, but it still feels the same. It's natural. So this is as much as the lather that you get. You should never use this directly on your skin. So if you're taking a shower, you shouldn't do that, because already I'm scratching myself. And these little pieces of ash are why. So that's an up close look. So here's the other bar. Now, if you're gonna be, I use these, this is a big chunk, a big rock right there. You guys see that? This is a big piece of rock. I use these in, sorry, I got distracted. I use these as face wash. Look at, that's a big piece. So that's why you never use this directly on your skin, because it scratches. Put that aside. If using this in the shower on your body, you should be using a loofah. I don't have the correct one, but this is just an example. So you would just lather it up in the loofah. The correct type of loofah to use is a mesh type, something similar to this, or an actual African sapo sponge. That's what it's called. I will put a picture of it, what it looks like, but it basically looks like this, but longer and a bit more rougher. So you see this lathered up the loofah, good. And then that's how you take your shower. You use the loofah. You never use this directly on your skin. In a rag, it'll come off in the rag, you see? And this stains the rag, And when putting this in the laundry, this won't come out. Even with the bleach, it'll become duller. So that's a note. Don't use a washcloth, like a white rag, when using the real, raw, authentic African black soap. See, it rubs off in the rag. So that's why it's advised to use a loofah. And then on your face, you just lather it in your hand like this. And then do your little rubbing your face for the whole 60 seconds. And so see, that is the lather that this soap gives. And then you just wash off your face just like that. So one thing about it burning your skin too, if, let's say, do you see how it can come off? Because this was the softer one. This was the Sky Organics. So it comes off. You can even mush off a little piece like that. And a problem area on your face, as long as this doesn't have the sharp particles, you would put it on your face like that. Sorry. And continue to rub it in until it's dissolved. But, you know, a minute. So when finished with your soap, I'm going to show you the proper way to dry it. It should never dry. You should never put your soap down full of soap like this. So do you see how this has a lot of soap? Here's a dish. You shouldn't leave your soap to dry like that. What you want to do is you wash it off again, make sure it's clean, and then you put it on your soap dish to air dry. So never use a soap dish, the ones that collect water. You should use one that drain. Another better one are these ones with the spikes. So your soap is actually lifted in the air. And that's a better way for it to air dry. All right, soap lovers, so this is what I do after I finish cutting the soaps. I just wrap them back up in saran wrap and tape the ends. And yeah, so I have these when I need, I just grab one. So these are it. And here are the two soaps that I finished. And I ended up molding this one into a ball too. So that's how they're gonna air dry. Again, just flat, nothing around it, nothing on it. You should never really leave it in the shower where the air is always moist too. And also to note about the raw African black soap is that it's not for everyone. Anyone can use it, but it just doesn't work for everyone and everyone's specific skin concern. So as much as there is a whole lot of benefits about raw African black soap, there's a lot of complaints too. You know, people say that it either burns their skin, it breaks them out, and that's due to the coconut oil, or it dries them out completely, or it just simply did nothing for them. So sometimes it will work and sometimes it won't. Everything doesn't work for everyone. So always keep that in mind. And see you next time. Bye.